In this lesson, I'll summarize 7th grade Unit 4, Lesson 6, Increasing and Decreasing. So today's goals, we are going to try to draw a tape diagram that represents a percent increase or a percent decrease. And also, when you know a starting amount and the percent increase or decrease, you need to be able to find the new amount. So when a quantity is increased or decreased, what percent describes the original or starting value? This is going to be crucial. We always start at 100%. The full price or full percentage of the item is 100%. And that always corresponds to the original amount before the change. So today in class, we talked about a cereal box says that it now contains 20% more. If it's having 20% more, that's an example of a percent increase. And then we looked at this t-shirt price, which lowered by 20%. Since it went down, that's an example of a percent decrease. All right, so what's another way to describe a 20% increase or decrease? When you say 100% plus 20%, that's a 20% increase. So you could say we have 120% of the original amount. If we decrease by 20%, we would do 100% minus 20%. So we now have 80% of the original amount. So we used some tape diagrams today, and I want you to look and see if you can interpret what's going on here. So problem 1, in this tape diagram up to the right, X represents the price of a mug last year, and Y represents the price of the mug this year. Okay. So notice, I want you to see if you can figure out what was the percent increase in price. Right. I hope you figured out it was 25% because there were originally 4 green blocks and we add 1, so that's 1/4. 1/4 is 0.25, which equals 25%. So if I ask you a question like this, if the mug cost $6 last year, how much did it cost this year? Go ahead and try to figure that out. All right, one option of solving that is you can do 0.25 or 25% of $6. So 0.25 times 6 equals $1.50. That's the amount of increase, but we need to add that to the original $6. So $6 plus $1.50 equals $7.50. Or you can do this with option 2, in which case you would find that if it was already 100% and you added 25%, it now costs 125% of last year's price. So if you want to shortcut it a little bit, you could just do 1.25 times $6 to get that $7.50. All right, let's look at one more problem, this time with a decrease. Same exact diagram, but Y in this case is going to represent the full price of a shirt. And X is going to represent the sale price of the shirt. So could you figure out what the percent decrease in price was? Be careful, don't get fooled. All right, this time, because there are 5 blocks originally and you're getting rid of 1 of them, 1 out of 5 is 1/5 is 0.2 is 20%. So this time we're decreasing the original by 20%, not the 25%. So if the shirt cost $30 originally, can you figure out how much the sale price was? All right, option 1, again, you can find 20% of $30. 0.2 times 30 is $6. And then you can subtract that from the original price. 30 minus 6 is $24. Or if you prefer, you could say, since it was 100% and we take away 20%, it now costs 80% of the original price. So we could do 0.8 times $30, and that's $24. All right, so I want you to just review your goals and see how comfortable you're feeling with percentage increase and decrease.